And we're live, and we're going to be starting here in just a second. Just a second. And I just fucking picked my nose in front of two people right there. Oh my god! They're just like, wow. Ooh, we got 4. I think everybody got confused because 6 because Johnny was saying 8 and he said 7, and it's like, okay, what was 7? But then he's like, no, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. So it's like, all right, well, 7. We'll go 7. We'll go 7. 7. So we went at 7. I don't know. Maybe we should have stayed at 8. I'm not sure. I don't know. But we'll just give it a few seconds. Until then, ooh, I have got a treat for you tonight. It is going to be a very interesting, fun little dealy bobber, and you're going to hear about it here in a little bit. But before that, once again, I'd like to remind everybody, in the corner right down there, you can type in messages. I'll turn around. I'll answer your questions. Hell, you know what? My phone number is 913-481-7116. So, you know what? Send me a question. I'll give you the answers. At least I'll see the answers, because there are some stuff that's like, I know that other people don't know or they don't realize that, that is common sense right there. Yes, sirree. And we'll just straighten a few things here and toss that off to the side now. But you know what? Who wants to hear a couple little, let's go to voicemails. All right? Who doesn't like a good voicemail? Let's see. Ooh, we got some here. Oh, boy. Okay, you know what? Let's start at the bottom and work our way back up to the top. Was everybody able to hear that? I don't know if they were. You know what? I have a cure for that. No, that one. Yeah, I do. I'll be right back. Okay, 1 second here. I think I've got the fix for that. Hold on. Hello. I'm gonna take it. I heard. If I can be heard, can I get one person to hit the like button? So that way I know it's being heard. I don't know if people are hearing it. Let's see. What if I did that there? It doesn't really matter if I did that or not. So, oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. We are being heard. Now, let's go back to what we're going to do it first and play a couple of voice messages that came down this week. There's 913-481-7116. That was the first one. That was a weird one, too. I don't know. That was just very bizarre. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that and that. So, oh, fuck. There's a thing right there. It says share. Oh, my God. You know what? We're going to, let me queue up another one here in a second. We're going to share this. I mean, goddamn. It's like they hid the freaking thing, so you can't find it. So then you have to call their customer service and be like, hey, you need to go and get this going. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why this doesn't work. And then they'll try to sell you some sort of book and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, you don't want a freaking book. I mean, Christ. You know, it's just one of those. If you wanted a book, you would have read more in school, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's how it's going to be going. And one more time, and then we'll play the second voice message. So, there we go. All right. Hey, I didn't know what that little button did. All right, we did the first voicemail, and that, well, let's move on to here. This one is from Odessa, Missouri. Yeah, here we go. Hold on. What the hell? You say Mel? I think. I don't know. I don't get that one either. All right, here is the next one.
First rock band I ever went to. There was a video of Johnny Dare shoving a Roman candle up your ass and letting you light it off. I'm glad to see that your sexual preferences and your maturity hasn't grown a goddamn day since then. Happy belated birthday and enjoy your day, man.
Thank you very much. I don't know. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I do not remember doing a Roman candle off stage at Rockfest. No, I don't really remember at all. Period. God, I don't. Maybe it must have happened. I guess I don't know. But I don't know. But I mean, I guess if it might have, it could have. No idea. No idea at all. Now let's go to the next one.
Yeah, T-Bone, I got an idea for you, suggestion for your show. How about you use the damn thing to another night other than Friday when people have stuff to do rather than sitting home looking at their computer, your crazy ass. Move it to a Sunday night or a Tuesday or a Monday night to replace bingo. There's a suggestion for you, T-Boner. That's a good one. Can't wait to see your show. Won't be doing it live, but it's freaking Friday.
He sounds disgusted with Friday. You know what? Hey, let's call him. Okay, give me someone click on the little finger and that stuff. If I get another like up there, we're gonna call him live. I give everybody a second to make the decision. Oh, we also got someone who texted us saying, "Hey, I've been a fan of yours since I was 18. Just saying hi. Love your personality. Excited you have a YouTube show." And then you know what? Breck McPherson just screamed in, "Call him." So yeah, I don't know what the guy's name is. So you know what? Fuck it.
How can I help you?
Hey, this is T-Bone. I was just calling to let you know that you're going to be the first part of the show tonight.
Hey, T-Bone. What'd you say?
I said you're on the first part of the show right now live.
No way. Hey, man.
Oh, I better not turn the phone that way. I'll give out your phone number. And what kind of person, idiot person out their phone number?
You're doing that, man. You're insane.
Well, there you go. You got part of the Friday, or actually here it gets part of the Friday. So but it'll be saved on the YouTube channel the whole entire week and never coming down. So
Good.
all righty. All right, you have a good evening.
Hey, man, you have a good evening, too.
All right.
I can't wait.
Thanks, man.
Get on there and listen to you right now.
Right on. Thanks, man. All right, you know what? While that's going on right there, I'm going to take 1 second here. You know, this is the one thing about the first few of these. It's all about trial and error and stuff like that. And there's got to be something I can put over that thing there. My God. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It's like, ooh, almost flashed out his phone number. That one ought to have been a good. So, oh, that'd work. That'll work right there. All right. Hey, moving on. Let's see. Keep up all the good videos. Hey, you know what, Derek Early, tonight, as soon as the show's over, there's more videos that are going to be up tonight. This past week, of course, on the show, you know that TJ Miller is on there, and that video of the hot sauce is already up. And we also had, of course, from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Al Petrelli. And if you want to go to their website, trans-siberian.com, they got that big play along with thing contest going on right now. And it was my first attempt. I haven't submitted it, but it's going to be up after the deal tonight, and we'll have it and review it. As I said, it's a first attempt. Now, here is the next phone call. Let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, T-Bone, I got an idea for you.
Oh, that's the same one.
How about you?
Here we go. This is a different one this time.
Got your number now, boy.
Okay, everybody got my number. So, yeah. All right, let's keep on moving along. Oh, this is from Brookfield, Missouri.
You're on my phone, T-Bone.
I don't even know where Brookfield is. Has anybody else heard of Brookfield? So, oh, here's we got from Kansas City, Kansas.
Hey, am I calling number 9? Hello? Number 9. Me. 9.
Oh, another one from Kansas City, Kansas. And here. Oh, no, that's a new one. Yeah, here we go. Oh, come on. Come on.
I want a cheeseburger.
I can't do that, Robert. I can't call him, tell him he's 9, because then he'll turn around, reflect onto the station. I get in trouble, and because they'd have to find something to give him. And there's really nothing to be given out. Man, there's a lot of phone calls on here. And these are just from today. So, come on. I don't know what that was. Stephanie just said that she lives 41 minutes from Brookfield. I have no idea. Huh. I don't know. I still don't. Even 41. Okay, that's then if the 41 minutes from Brookfield, then how far away from me? I'm in Kansas City, Kansas. So, I don't know. Now, here's what. I do know where Cameron is.
You really are a dumbass. Hey, Johnny, you know how to get tar out of the tree? Way better.
Still had his phone on. Oh, ooh, it's Kansas.
Hey, T-Bone, outrageous and kind if you could give us your number. And I'm the guy who likes getting pictures of girls' feet, and because I know that you are a suave and very charming and debonair motherfucker. I'm just wondering if you had any tips for me as far as that goes for trying to get vision to send me more pictures of their feet. Thanks, Steve. Love you.
Okay, how to get more bitches to send you pictures of their feet. Well, here's the first suggestion. One, I don't think that you'd want to call them bitches. That's just what I mean, unless they're into that kind of thing, which they could be. But you know what, Robert? You actually have a great idea. This time, I'm going to use a piece of paper to cover up the phone number. And I guess, yeah, man, that was funny, though. I will say that was pretty good and funny. Hey, Chris, before we do this here, what's on the show? We're going to learn a couple things. We got some videos we posted after the show. Went to some place. I mean, this is some interesting stuff. Okay, I mean, it's like things that you're like, yeah, I see going by that, but then it's like, oh, god dang, I never knew anything about that. So let's call Lawrence. No, I didn't, Robert. I caught it before I did. So I guess why am I showing the phone? There's not a video.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
Well, that sucked. God, that was anything. We'll do one more time. I mean, what the hell? Gotta answer your phone. So everybody else will be getting bitches' feet pictures, but not.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that is not.
Well, that didn't work out so well. So here's what I say for you if you wind up watching it later on. To get bitches to send you pictures of their feet, once again, I wouldn't call them bitches. But what you do is be that guy that is not the hey, send me a picture of your titties and stuff like that. All right? Be the guy that's a little more suave, debonair, and, all those kinds of stuff like that. Again, you focus like on their face and stuff like that, how pretty their face is, and then you turn around, and then after a while, you get them to send you body shots a little further out. Then you get a full body shot after a while, and you talk. It's like, wow. Though, from what I can tell, it's like, especially if they're barefoot, compliment them on their pedicure, because, yeah, pedicure's on the feet. You focus on the pedicure, and get them to send you. Then, if you focus in on that thing, just stuff like that. And they're not gonna think it's a little weird that the guy's into pedicures. But on the flip side, they're also going to be turning around and being like, oh, this guy's sensitive. He's not asking to see my pussy or my titties. So, there you go. And Breck McPherson thinks he knows that was Rob. I don't know. It could have been Rob. It doesn't come up with a name. But, hey, Laredo, Texas. I know exactly who this probably is. Come on. Oh, wow. I guess it works better if you freaking turn the speakerphone on. I'm still learning. This is a new phone. Brody's girlfriend works for T-Mobile, and I wound up getting a new phone. Paying for buying a new phone, getting one. But that's a story for neither here nor there, I guess. All right, let's try Laredo.
Hey, Paul, you don't answer me. Calling you from Texas and you don't answer me. It's because I'm black or what? Damn it, answer your phone.
I know who that was, and no, he's not black, but he is Hispanic, and he does not talk a lick of Spanish. So if he gets tossed, he's screwed. Let's see. Here is the last voicemail for now.
I'm sure you've got some weird messages, but I want to thank you for being yourself and take you connected. I've always been afraid of you, and I'd like to start to you inspire me. Sorry, Donnie. Have a good day.
Well, thank you very much. That ended nice. Let's see. Robert Roy Seabow and I have known Breck since he was born. I don't remember where that came. Oh, Breck. He was the one saying, I knew that was Rob. And I don't know. Well, that was fun listening to some voice messages, wasn't it? All right. Here's one thing I am going to say. If like during the middle of everything, my phone is on. And if someone hits one of their voice, calls with the, the picture in front, like the FaceTime type stuff, I'll put you on. So don't, just be aware of that. And we're going to have fun. That's one of the main things about this. This is all about having some fun, getting away. And speaking of getting away, the first thing I want to tell everybody about is this is part of the education, is the Mormon Pioneer Trail. It goes right into Junction City. Now, back it was the Mormons. They were chased out of Illinois for their religious beliefs. So they had to get out, take off. They hit close to about Westport, Missouri, not Kansas. And from there, what happened was there was a plague hit. It was, let me see if I could get it right this time. Nope. No, that's not it either. Son of a bitch, what was that stuff called? It was a cholera epidemic. So, cholera epidemic breaks out. Now, what happens is the one group, the healthy group, decides, screw you guys, we're going on without you. And that left the sick group, who didn't really know what was going, to go, instead of going up through Nebraska, they took a wrong turn, and wound up around Haley. Okay? Now, about that point, they forged up to the mountains and that stuff, and they wound up later finding their way to their group. So, it's a happy ending in a way. Now, the thing is, for years, eons, centuries, or forever, it was from, let's see, 1853 till today. Well, I guess earlier than today, But what they did was they turned around and they get, this is like a great route, okay? It's the greatest route ever seen. Nobody's had a greater route than the Mormons. And so they turned around and they were using it, and then everybody else started using it for the military, transporting military stuff, of course, and the heading of out towards the Wild West, and it became a major fairway, and that's why the Mormons then turned around. It's like, you know what, we don't need this, because they didn't want people around them too much, because they already been chased out of their Illinois home and came and went to Utah, where they turned around and captured the people and forced them to become Mormons, kind of like when the Spanish came across the seas and started making people become Catholics, or Spanish, stuff like that. But of course, it didn't go all that way for all of it, because of course, Brazil, they turn around, they speak Portuguese. The Portuguese of all countries, the Portuguese turn around and took them. They're the only country, by the way, that does not speak Spanish. They all turn around, they all speak Portuguese. And I know this because here's the one thing I did when I learned it, because I didn't know it. I mean, who really studies Brazil and stuff like that? I learned it because I wound up getting sucked into watching one of those Fast and Furious movies, and it was when it was in Brazil, and the guy the top bad guy / mayor of the city, governor, I don't know. He turns around and he gives this little speech about how it's like, keep it. You're very a loyal people. When the Spanish came over, they were killing and forcing their views and religions on us. But the Portuguese gave us silver, gold, cinnamon, blankets, not like the ones that the white people gave the Indians. Different blankets. And then so they said, Portuguese, we're going to stick with you. And then from there, it's like, no way. So I looked up and, goddamn, I learned something watching the Fast and Furious movie. Who would have thought? That is the weirdest place to pick up a life lesson. I don't know. But I got a cat on the floor down here. Jackie! Jack, come here. Oh, this is the fun. Here, hold on. I'll be right back. Wow. Oh. This here is Jack. Hello, Jack. Now, here's the thing about Jack is, as you notice, hey, look at this way. Look at the camera. Jack only has one eye. Now, what happened? Here's the story of the one-eyed cat. And Chris, I don't know why I get so many weird voicemails. They're all strange. But back to the one-eyed cat. Well, hold on. I need a drink. So what happened was, it was around Thanksgiving. Brody was really young, and we were at PetSmart. We were picking up our Lab Shepherd mix, a bag of food, because that's where the only place at that time you could get Blue Buffalo. All right. So we're getting that, and then there's the cats that be adopted are sitting right around next to that area, and Brody wanted. It's like, hey, can we go in there and look at the cats? Like, sure. Well, there's this one cat. He was I think he was not even a month old, barely, maybe at most a month old, who had a big cone around his head. And then we look at him, and he's missing an eye. Okay, it was freshly done. I guess what happened. We asked what happened. What the white. It's like, I guess the one is an accident. One of the other kittens moved in and wound up scratching him while they were feeding and that stuff, and it got infected and they had to take the eye. So there you go. Now, the sucker moment is the fact that I said it's about Thanksgiving time, and Brody turned around and it's like, can we come up there and see him tomorrow so he's not alone on Thanksgiving? Brody, they're not open on Thanksgiving. He works up all these tears, just starts kind of letting just roll down the side of his head, and it's like, what's wrong? He's not gonna have anybody to say Happy Thanksgiving to him. I was like, God damn it. So Brody's back, had preschool, and he's around that age. Taking preschool, and then it's like, okay, I freaking got the cat. Just because it's like the stupid little tears down his head. Turn around, and it's like, hey, we got a cat. He's got one eye. And he's like 15 years old, give or take, right on there. And actually, he probably should not be alive right now because he had a lot of congenital problems. But he survived this whole time, so he's a cranky old man. And he took off before I could show you the top of his head. He's actually balding on the top, so kind of like a little old man. So it's actually pretty funny. I don't know. So now talking about the Mormons and the Junction City. Yes, what else is in Junction City? I'm looking at the corner. Come on. Somebody guess what else is in Junction City? Now, there is meth, I'm sure, in Junction City, but no, not meth. Not meth. A trail of some sort. Well, no, yeah, there is a trail of some sort. That was the Mormon trail. So you were somewhat paying attention, but I already talked about that. And no, not Fort Riley. Not going to say Fort Riley either because, well, it's a big-ass base and it's Sentinels. But how many people have seen the big cannon that points towards Fort Riley and that stuff? It has an M65 atomic cannon and known as Atomic Annie. That's what all of them were known as the Atomic Annies. Now, there were only 20 of them built. All right, they came out about the early 50s and were just in time for the Cold War to be stationed around. Now, interesting enough, none of them never fired a single shot. None of them. a single shot fired. Of course, what were they shooting? They were shooting nuclear weapons at, nuclear bombs, sending them across. But each one of them only cost $800,000 then. Which, I mean, compared to, $800,000 is a lot of money, but still, I mean, that for back then, that might as well have been $5 million or something like that. But I mean, even now, cases, it's like, goddamn, that's a lot of freaking money. So they do that. Never ever used them. So it kind of almost gives you that whole, feel kind of gypped. We never used these things that we freaking balls, spend all this money for. But so what they turn around, bring them back. They put to the United States. That when they took them out, they turned around. They took them out of service right after the right after '62, right around there, after Okinawa and all that kind of stuff, and West Germany. They took them out. Now there is only 3 of the 20 left standing still. 3 of them. Of course, we have the one in Junction City. There's one down in Oklahoma where I guess there's some sort of like military, stockpile type thing. And then the other one is somewhere on the East Coast. So, but none of them are in working order. So they sit there. But they said you went from 20 to 3 that quickly, and it's just like kind of a bust of money, I guess. I don't know, but of course, I guess I look at what's going on. So spending military money in a maddening way on stuff that doesn't get used. That's just another story for some other time. But everything slowly starting to open up, and of course. Personally, I think there's going to be another huge wave of the coronas going around because of Party Cove and all the stuff that happened from before Party Cove to after Party Cove. I mean, there's going to be a pandemic part 2, the sequel. Excuse me. But for all of you that are out there that miss your sports, we're going to have sports. Hold on. Sir, do you video of you eating hot sauce? Yes, Robert, it is on there. If you go, of course, you found this, so you got to be able to go to the videos. And it's there. It's right up there. Right in the videos. Just sticking right out there. It's the easiest one to tell. It's got Johnny in it. And because he's the one that had to give me the hot sauce, and of course it's supposed to only be a couple drops, and he fucking filled the spoon up with it. And I'm just like, wait a minute. I mean, he's like, no, this is what he. It's like, some bitch. All I know is that was the hottest thing. It took till the next day, till that evening, that nighttime, to get that burn out of my mouth. It was the worst. Oh my God! I mean, it just set me off. My lips that day, I could not feel them again until later in the evening. I couldn't feel my tongue. I mean, I could bite on my tongue hard, and I would have never felt it because shit was hot. All right. So if you ever wondered, I wonder where ghost pepper tastes like. You know what? It's hot, and I will say this though for it. It cleared my sinuses out perfectly. I had no problems breathing after that because everything just freaking out of my sinus cavity just went away. So that's the moral of that story. But back to what I was talking about. Sports. There's going to be the International Subuto League will be happening, and we're going to be giving you a broadcast. Yes, Mr. Boatwright, it was brutal. We're going to be broadcasting the Subuto International games. So, the TSL, I'm naming it myself, the T-Bone Subuto League will be coming here soon. We got a few matches that are going to be coming up. And you know what? Here, if you've never seen Subuto, now, those matches will be put on as they happen. I think I'm the one that's putting it together. I think that maybe, you know what? it's going to be a tournament style, socially distant tournament style type dealy. So says we're planning to open it because it's like, there's a, Sabudians would know what Sabudo is and understand that not just anybody can do the Sabudo. Sabudo is a skill that takes years to master. Depends on what country that you're going with for your Sabudoing. Also makes a huge difference in what's going to be happening and how you do. Because some of them are just not as good as the others. They try, but they're just not, Sabudo savvy. And it is actually, a great, fun game. And hell, that's why if it wasn't a fun game, I wouldn't be going and making the T-Bone Sabudo League. That's right. Coming soon, we'll have games, and I said you're gonna be on the edge of your seat because they are fun. Here's a crazy funny thing. So all day long, at times, my phone would be going off. It'd be like, oh, somebody's calling, and as soon as we go live, everybody just, nope, not a word. But hey, you know what? Let's read a couple of text messages from here's the thing. I do not know how my phone might know who somebody is who I don't think I've ever. It's like I've never had them in my phone. Why would my phone know who this is, but not me? Camille Guangio. She says, hi, T. Well, hi, Camille. We'll go up to the next. Oh, my God. So, okay, here we go. Where is it? Yeah, that's quite a sight. Oh, that's funny. Okay, here we go. This is obviously someone from Missouri because it's an 816. You should have your own show. No one likes the same old stories from an old millionaire trying to act like white trash. I don't know what he's talking about because I don't. If I knew a millionaire, I'll be honest with you. I'd be gay with the millionaire just to become in the will for $1 million and stuff like that. Duh. Oh, we got life advice from in Kansas. Don't eat pussy with a fork. Okay. That does sound good. Don't eat pussy with a fork. Another Kansas one. Boy, you got a purty mouth. Don't you dare, Johnny. Don't you dare, Johnny. So that was kind of funny. Let's see. Oh, let's see this. Now this one, okay, hold on. Let's see. Dude, this guy hit me at the. No, it's just stupid. Why not fucking open that? But now, here we go. Here's another little funny. When you are trying to get a tan and your neighbor looks over the fence. When you're trying to get a tan and your neighbor looks over your fence. Oh, Chris. My God. Chris with the big question of the day. How do these people get your phone number? Well, I gave it out on Monday or Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Fuck, I don't know. But 913-481-7116 is the phone number. Mm-hmm. I gave it right out. Fuck it. I will say I think it surprised the shit out of everybody else. Because I think they actually, Jake had a mini stroke, I think, because it just surprised him. He just kind of, I know it did make Johnny's eyes pop back, like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, I'll show you who's freaking gonna go and be the freaking daring one. So, I mean, that's in my head. It just sounds like, but it's like, fuck it. What do I care? You know, I mean, here we go. Another one from a 785, which is Pika. Hey, T, I work with a guy who's from Turner and went to school with your son. Okay. Well, he's got a 785 number. He's probably from the Topeka area, and you know, Brody went to Topeka. So. I will tell you, here's the one thing: Topeka is so freaking ass backwards and idiotic. And yes, Chris, I'm doing okay, but thank you. So the other day, went to Topeka to see Brody, and we just go drive down the street. Now, months and months ago, when Brody first moved to Topeka, I noticed I hear sirens, and it's like, okay, I kind of pull off side of the road because I mean these are the super loud, big, you know, rumble your inside ones that they put on the emergency vehicles now. Nobody fucking moved. Nobody. The ambulance had just slowed down. Almost had to come to a complete stop because nobody would get out of the way. So the other day we're down there. We see we're down on Wanamaker. We was just leaving Steak and Shake on Wanamaker, and here's sirens, and I see from the side. Here comes a fire truck. Comes up. People stopped. They pulled over, and I was like, they learned that if they hear the sirens, that they're supposed to pull over. Good for them. Within a couple minutes, more sirens, and here comes an ambulance. It wasn't as bad. I mean, there's like some people had problems getting over because there's people next to them, and it just kind of made it tough for them to get where they needed to be. So we take a turn, as I think is like Craig Street or Craig Street, Craig, I don't know, but here's sirens again. It's like it seems like they're all going to the same place. Ambulance comes up and comes to a complete stop because nobody will freaking stop. I mean, the street is just like, Jesus Christ. I mean, because there's one of those that the people, coming on the street has stop sign, but still, you had 2 lanes of traffic shooting straight by you, and they weren't even giving the time of day. So the ambulance driver, after a little while, was like, fuck, we got to do something. Because, I mean, there's a reason they got the sirens and lights on, okay? That means they're going somewhere because somebody's bad and needs help. So he pulls onto the road, and right as he goes pulled on, here comes this little tiny freaking smart car that I've used that term very loosely about being a smart car. It might be a smart car, but the guy inside was not smart because he turns and just whips around, like, fuck you, to the ambulance. Just like, fuck, you just yelled at the ambulance guy for being a dick and driving in front of him. I mean, it was like, the fuck is Topeka? Topeka is the most back-asswards place I think I've ever heard of now. It's like the bizarro of a real city, I guess. So, but, c'est la vie, or, whatever it is that they say. Let's do a couple more texts real quick. Another 913. Hey, buddy. Larry said hi. I'm not sure if it's Larry I know, but I do know Larry, and I say, hey, bye. Hey, buddy. Yeah, go. All right. Oh, another 913. Johnny Dare needs to shit in his hands and clap them. Shit in your hand. Shit in your hands and clap them. Oh, T-Bone, you bastard. Another one. Get your facts right before you say them. Ask me about my wiener. Oh, so, yeah. He sent me a picture of his wiener, and I'm telling you, there was like, I wouldn't want to say like STD bumps, but more like freaking what was the mood that the Toxic Avenger type skin look on his penis? It was fucking weird. Okay, See. Oh, let's ask a couple more questions. 9 viewers. God, Robert, look in the corner up here, right? See, I can't. Right there. We're at 14. 14 with 11 likes. You're slacking, Robert. So with your kind of math, we will be actually, we'll be at 26. Counting right there. 26 will be out next week. Like I said, live Sunday or Monday. You might get 10. Well, I got over 10, Robert. But you're saying you can't do it Monday because you know what? Bingo will be back. It's gone to return. I've got a plan for that. But because of this, you do on Friday night, you should get a second job at McDonald's or Taco Bell. Love you, T. Fuck, I'd rather come to see you at Bingo again. Who's behind me? Oh, it's Jack is again here. And, sir, LOL, why did that comment have you so fucking perplexed? Well, what the fuck does that mean? Shit in his hand and clap? I mean, that's... Was that an insult? Was it I mean, I know it's a suggestion, but I mean, I don't know. It's just I guess, I don't know. And I say, 785, I'm a retarded circus clown. Hashtag AML. That's a circus clown, I guess. That's cool. Oh, another guy. Yeah, now I have T's number. Everybody wants it. But this guy said, I can help you with your podcast. I have an associate in cinematography. Well, unfortunately, I do not have a podcast. This is YouTube. I don't know. So, here's another image. Oops, hold on, God dang it. T-Bone, Keith, a preview. Oh, this must be Golf, a preview of the label. You know what? I probably shouldn't let that. I'll let Johnny save that one for his reveal because, well, just because it's a preview label. So, hey T, where's a glory hole at in Kansas City? I think actually that. Not so much Kansas City, but if you go to Independence in there's a couple trailer parks down there, and they got holes. Plug them up. They've got a lot of holes. A lot of them. 816. Tea time. Just the tip. Just for a minute. Are you still coming over for dinner? I didn't know I was supposed to come over for dinner. Mornong. And then why are you being an asshole and not texting me back? I'm sorry I didn't text you back. I mean, there's, as you can see, there's hundreds of texts. Oh, I can't really show you because then I'll show people's phone numbers, and that's not what we want to do. Oh, brand new one. The guy that was saying about the label for the preview of the. There's our. Hold on. Kakashi. Oh, come here. Come here, Kakashi. Yes. And this is Kakashi. Oh, he's see, now you're gonna notice he's the one that got one eye too. So we got two one-eyed cats, and actually, and if you did glue them together, you would have a set of eyes. Now, Kakashi. Now this one is the story that actually Robert. She's not home right now. She is actually at her mother's. So this is actually a story that was more me on this one. So once again, we're at PetSmart and buying dog food for our lab shepherd mix, and so I'm place at the time once again that that had blue butt served. This sold blue buffalo. So we go there. We're going and kind of look at like the cats because they always got look at them. It's like there's all these young little cats, right? And it was in May because it was my birthday and it close to Father's Day because decided I said okay, I see him sitting there. He's at this time he's maybe a year old. He's in his cage. They just sitting there, not even just with the sad, just kind of look on his face, just kind of just sitting in his litter box. He wouldn't get out. When they started to clean the cages up, they took him out because when they do that, when they take a cat out of the cages, they run around, they play, and then they don't play for 1 foot. He didn't want to play. They sit him down and he would just sit right where they put him. He was so depressed. I say he was a little bit over one because what happened? He was a rescue. There was someone, and this is one of those things that just kind of really just sick. Someone threw the box of cats into a dumpster. Now, he was the only one that got any kind of damage. It's like that's why he's got the eye like that. And if you petting him, you can feel some of the where some of his head was kind of pushed in a bit. His body's not right. It's like he'll stand so his paws being straight ahead like a regular cat. One kind of turns in. And but it's one of those. He just won't look forward. And he just would not look out of the cage. He's like he gave up because nobody wanted to adopt him. So we took him. We adopted him. He was actually he was one of those that it took quite a while to get him wanting to even roam around because first originally. To keep him away from the other animals from freaking him out, we did put him in Brody's room, just him, door shut, so he could have a private little area. And well, what do you do? First thing he sits in the litter box and just gets all tiny, all hunched over and scared. So then that goes on for at least a week or two. Okay, he's finally coming out a little bit. He's just kind of exploring the room. And at that time, we start letting the other cats and the dogs, come in one at a time and hang out with them a little bit, just get used to them. When we finally decide, okay, you know what, he's ready to, he's adapted, he's ready to join us all. He runs, and it sounds like a Great Dane running because he had no coordination. He was always, after the accident, been staying there. His body was misshaped. He had no real muscle tone, that kind of stuff, for the most part, because he was just sad. He didn't want to do anything. He really couldn't jump. It took him a while to get used to even jumping. The first few times he tried to jump on something, he'd either go too short or jump straight over and flap onto the other side. I know it's wrong, but it was so goddamn funny. And then watching him run, in the beginning, it is just weird. He would slide and whap into a wall. I've never seen a cat do that because I was like, that was freaking hilarious. But that is the story of Kenshin. Of course, the name comes from the Naruto cartoon. Kenshin was, oh shit, no, it was wrong. That's Kakashi. Kenshin passed away quite a while back. But he's also named after an animated character. That's Naruto. Kakashi was, of course, the master. Led the group and that stuff. If you don't know Naruto, it's not going to make sense. Except for the fact that when you lift up his one thing, he had he didn't have a bad eye. He had an eye replaced with somebody else's eye, and it wasn't like a regular eye. So, if you're interested in that, look up Naruto. Let's see. Oh, we got one there. Text came down here. Hey, brother, you're doing good. We both went to Turner. I was class of 98. Anyway, keep this shit up. I think you'll do good with it. Just be your natural self. Here are some pics of a hawk as I was walking into work. Okay, here we go. Here is hawk. Right there. Now moving along to, here's the other one. Oh, that one. That's pretty good. Now, we had one other stop. We're going back to, once again, education. So, there's a church in Kansas, the Beecher's Bible and Rifle Church. Has anybody heard of that? See all the comments on the site? Has anybody heard of Beecher's Bible and Rifle Church? Okay. I see nobody has. Now, see, of course, when the first time I heard, finding out about it, because I like, my biggest thing I like to do is I like to see weird, crazy stuff. And that's why there's gonna be a lot of videos of just outlandish stuff that you're like, why the fuck would anybody go here? And then when you get there, it's just gonna be different. And so I heard about it. I was like, I'm thinking it's gonna be a church with a gun range. Yeah, one of those churches, super, hardcore conservative. You're not taking our guns. But no, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like, this just sounds ridiculous. A Bible and Rifle Church. So, needless to say, when I get there, I start learning a little more about the church. And this is going to be on after I'm done. You're going to see the videos from Atomic Annie. Now, here's the bad thing I forgot to tell you about the Atomic Annie one in Junction City is the fact because what's going they were redoing like the concrete up on top of the hill that right around where Annie is. So the trail was closed. Nobody was going up there. So you get to see it because I mean it's massive as that thing was, but it's looking up at it. So and it's one of those that yeah, but this is one of those another time when it reopens back up after they get the path or the concrete thing done up there. We'll do it again. And Larry, what up, dude? You too. So, Wabasee, Kansas. Let me make sure I say. Gotta make sure that is the right city because I'm gonna tell you, it was the weirdest freaking city name I've ever seen, and I don't have the thing anymore. I do not know where it was written down at. But let's go back. It begins with a W. It's in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere. So, nah, that's not it. So, the Beecher Bible and Rifle Church. Here's what it was, and here's what it is. The town of Wabasee. God, it's gonna drive me crazy that I have no idea where the damn thing went that had the name of the city on it. I mean, what the hell? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. No. Fuck. Huh. So, the whole time going on, these were a bunch of North Connecticut people who got tired of living on the East Coast and migrated. They're immigrants, all German, type immigrants and that kind of stuff. They came all the way across and they found Wabasee, Kansas, and decided that they would. That's where we're gonna live, Wabasee. So they start building a little town and that stuff. And the guy who was the rich guy who basically he built this town was Henry Wade Beecher. And of course, back then, there's a little, especially small towns, it's like little house on the prairie. Everybody went to the same church, and it's like it was a little town, little church. You could tell it's still such a little town because, yes, there's stuff out there, but the roads are all gravel, every one of them, even the ones that are supposed to be a little bit faster than the others, gravel. That's when you know you're in a small area when every street in your town is just gravel. So, to the point, the name came from, now Beecher was a rich man. He's the one that funded a lot of stuff. He funded actually the church also, which turned around and, Robert, why do you think I gave out the phone? Why do you think I gave a phone number? It's just everybody just stopped. I don't know why. They called, leave a message earlier today, but then they just stopped. Okay. Now, Beecher was the rich man. He was the rich man of the town. Built the church at 4 years. Became a reverend later on. Then, along with that, now here is the whole big thing about Beecher was, I said he was the rich man. How did he get rich? He smuggled guns. Guns are brilliant. Rifles. They later became known as the Beecher rifle. Yeah, that they were named. I guess they were named because of those are what he was doing. Oh, Robert, my phone's still on. But so, and why is the Beecher Bible was because the crates were all labeled Beecher Bibles. So he was smuggling rifles in Bible crates. Because, you know, was Wabasi is, I mean, it's still pretty is, I mean, out in the middle of nowhere and stuff. And back then, more wilderness and creatures and stuff running around. It's going to get ugly. So he smuggled them in and was selling and also giving people guns in the community to keep their families safe. So now we're getting to progressing. Years are going on, and the country's getting older, as they say. And Henry Wade Beecher Ward Beecher, I'm sorry, is now the reverend of the church. Now, here's the thing. He was an abolitionist. All right. Now, we're in the time of slavery. The Civil War has started, and he's an abolitionist. He hooks up with some of the other people that were against slavery and connected the Underground Railroad through there. So they helped, so it was just one of those, not only was he smuggling guns in Bible crates, he also was smuggling people, but not in the smuggling way that happens today with the sex trafficking, not like that, but still. It's just one of those, it's kind of an interesting little thing. I mean, I've never freaking heard of it. And it's like, so it's like a piece of real history happened here in a little town called Wasabi. Now, here's the thing. It's so important that, no, I didn't say my phone was shut off. No, the thing is, that makes it so important is the fact that they are, if you go through the different national landmarks and stuff, they're actually in the they're registered. They are a national landmark. The church is, and you're gonna see you'll see some church because the church wasn't open when I was there, so it's only open for certain hours. I'm thinking, of course, with all the Corona stuff, probably won't be open, and also because, oh my God, I only saw like 3 people, and of course they were down the dirt road. Standing there looking at me, thinking, like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he walking around with a camp? But they watched me the whole entire time, and it made it just a little creepy. So, there you go. We learned 3 things tonight. We learned the Mormons started the best trail through the area. We learned that we have a cannon, an atomic cannon. There were 20 of them at $800,000 each. That never have been shot, and there's only 3 of them left. And we learned about the Underground Railroad going through a small town that nobody's ever heard of, or nobody's ever going to go to. Let's put it this way. It is north of I-70, out towards, and once again, then why did it? Because it was close to Junction City to a point, but it was so far north of I-70, it was insane. For a minute, I actually thought I was lost or something because it's like it's one of those is so out there. I mean, it's like the one thing that I do find fun about stuff like that is the faster you drive, the more it looks like that you're just going through, just throwing dust and stuff. I'm moving so fast, But no, it's one of those. Those kinds of roads are fun until another car comes along because then you hit your brakes and you slide bad on rocks. So here in just a few minutes, let's see, Robert, what I want to interview you 5 questions for T. Okay, Robert, what are your questions? Robert, do you have, if you said you had, well, no, if you have my number, Robert, you can call. I said, I encourage people to. During these here, I'd like, call, but I prefer that if you did, that you use the video call. Because with the video call, I could turn the phone and have it looking at the camera so people would be able to see you too. Robert?
Yeah, T, how you doing tonight, buddy? I tuned into your show. I'm a lifelong listener in 98 to your job. Let's just put it that way. We'll keep it copacetic here.
All right.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Of all your time at your job, we're just going to refer to it at your job to keep things legal and clean here for you so that your other co-hosts will be happy for that. But who's been your favorite guest that you've had a chance to meet?
Oh, of course, Peter Mayhew and David Prowse, those guys. All the Star Wars people that have come through. But absolutely have to be one of the best.
Cool. What did you enjoy about meeting them?
Oh, it was just because it's like, and this is a totally, completely different rant, but we'll get into that one. We all grew up with Star Wars. I mean, it's just one of those, it was iconic. The first 3 movies and all that, it was just to see them then in person and that stuff. It just made it, surreal.
Bet you were giddy like a schoolgirl.
Yes.
So let me ask you this: Do you personally enjoy playing kind of like the team dunce or the kind of the Joker of the crew?
It's fun. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot more, more that goes on, that kind of stuff. That's just like, it's just kind of, it's really kind of hard to explain after 24 years or so. It just kind of, you just go through and stuff, and you just, some of the stuff just kind of comes natural. The ADD helps a lot because I could turn around, I could just like flip to another script or that kind of stuff just within an instant because it's like on, off. So that helps out.
Well, clearly, I think you're a great asset to the job site there, and you do a wonderful job. Let me ask you this. What has been your happiest stunt, the most memorable, fun stunt that your boss, let's put you through?
When the girl was used the dildo and put it in my butt. I will tell you this. It is one of the.
Your happiest stunt.
No, that was the happiest. Was that because I wound up having? I take that back. Actually, no, that wasn't. The happiest was Wheel of Misfortune. One of the misfortunes was to do be in the sleeping bag with me. And okay, so this girl is one of the contestants. That's what she had to do. And the thing is, it was one of those in your underwear type, both of their underwear, in that. And she gets by me and she just reaches around and is like, "That's my penis." I will say I'm a pervert.
What's been the most embarrassing stunt that you've had to do at your job?
You know what? There's nothing been embarrassing. I don't get embarrassed that easily. I mean, that's just the thing. I just don't. I don't know. I just never really cared. And that's it's like.
Is there any stunts you wouldn't do again?
Being shot with a taser gun is probably the absolute worst. I will never, ever do that again. So.
Now, how about the Roman candle up your
Jesus,
ass?
that's more than 5 questions. I gave you 5, Robert.
Okay, I've got one more.
You already passed her one more.
No, I asked you 6. That's okay.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. What has been your favorite sexual experience through your swinging lifestyle?
Oh, it was definitely there was time it was 2 girls and me. That was the best. Still going though. Thank you, Robert. Still going for the big one that like the pinnacle of all of them, the Neapolitan. That is the one thing that I would like to see happen in my lifetime, but I don't know if it will or not. If you're not for sure what that is, that's blonde, redhead, and a brunette, whatever. I mean, it's so. God damn, I was on another track there for a second, and so there's gonna be a lot more traveling things because I mean there's a lot of my opinion and stuff like that, and to tell you the truth, on a lot of the stuff when it comes to like the major news and that kind of stuff, I'm not even really going to get into it. I can tell you, in my opinion, that change does need to happen, and we cannot change until we can start looking eye to eye, and it's just until that happens. Yeah, this is just how it is. So, so that's why we're gonna skip all that. And fuck that. If you want news, go to CNN, go to MSNBC, go to Fox. You know, it's like news for me would be ridiculous anyway. Even though I'm hoping that maybe this spins off into some sort of on the street for Fox 4 on the street. I'll be out there reporting this guy. He got on some water. His car was flooding, and he tried to swim, and now he is stuck in a sewer grate. Sir, do you feel that sewer grate was hurting you? I don't know, just stupid shit like that. But as I said, we got that. There'll be more little thoughts, especially if something random weird happens in the news. Like the SpaceX thing was fucking awesome, and the one thing that was probably the coolest thing of it is the fact that when the first piece broke off, it landed. It landed on a ship, a drone ship out in the middle of the ocean. I mean, that was unbelievable. That the pieces were landing. They weren't they just weren't throwaway. They landed them, all of it was magnificent. But I'm just saying, the one part I think that was underplayed of how great everything was on it was the fact that those pieces landed themselves. Well, they're programmed, but they knew where he put them in the goddamn X. If he wasn't such a philanthropist, he could be the person, the evil genius that could take the world over. He's shooting rockets and landing them anywhere where he tells them to go. I mean, my God, he's almost a James Bond villain if he wanted to be. So, anyway, no, the Star Wars. You know what? Actually, I'm going to tell you this next week. I'm going to tell you why the last 3 episodes, why Disney ruined Star Wars and killed it. Killed the whole franchise. If they would have just let Lucas stay in, even though everybody's like, oh, the first 3, the first 3, they were a bit cheesy, but, when it comes right down to it, they fit. A whole entire galaxy it's like the whole, when the line when the planet, when the Death Star blew up Alderaan, it's like a million voices screamed and then suddenly, or screamed in terror and then suddenly stopped. That was the last trilogy done. All I know, we were in the theater for, The Last Jedi. And so it ended. A few people like I just stood up and yelled, "No! I do not accept this! No! No! No!" I think she grabbed me and she pulled me down. It's like, stop it. But it's just one of those funnier than hell. It's almost as funny as the time. I know Family Guy is a big show. I love Family Guy, and it's Seth MacFarlane's a genius. But every time that the episode where someone say Meg, Peter go, eh. The movie trailer for that movie, The Meg, was on there, and they showed it's like, it's quiet as it just shows the name, The Meg, Meg, and I just out loud, eh. It's freaking 5 people laughed. It's first like, oh, Jesus Christ, they're encouraging you. I don't know. So also tonight there, so we got the 3 videos. They're going up, the Mormon Trail one, the church, and the Atomic Annie one. Those will be going up, and there's also we said we had Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Alpetrelli on earlier this week, and they got one of those play along contests going on, and I played along. So I don't think I want to send this tape, but it was my first attempt at playing the TSO song that they put up in the contest. So I'll see everybody next week. Thank you very much. There'll be at times you're going to see random videos pop up on this channel. I got to dig some of them up because my freaking computer's like, you're running out of your iCloud is running out of memory. And I was like, shit, and moved stuff around onto my Google Drive. So I was like, I noticed I got like from 2019 Comic-Con, the videos with Seth MacFarlane and also Ken Foray and stuff. So I mean, there'll be stuff popping up left and right here at times, but the big stuff we will save for after Friday. Because I don't know how they say. I guess you could play the clip play. Well, it's like you can't talk over. It's like the clip takes over and plays, but then it's like it's like I can't talk. I can't explain what the hell's going on. So, the basics, everybody. I will see you on next Friday, and can't wait to hear from you guys on Monday. And remember, 913-481-7116 is the phone number. And as I said, you want to call in live during these? Go right ahead. I'm going to ask one favor. Try to use the FaceTime, one of those video chat apps. Not apps, but I mean, I got an iPhone. Use FaceTime. Hit me with that. Hit me with video chat. I'd really like to then turn around and have people, as you're talking, hold the phone up and that right, because it be like one of those weird prisms of, oh my God, does it ever end? So, thank you and good night.